Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, The Will, and this is episode 84. Yeah, we about to get it popping. Like I said, I usually don't get people to reach out to me like that to do a show, but I told myself that this is family. So this is first time doing this, and I just want to help him tell a story. So it pretty much ain't gonna be a lot of interaction with me. Well, me talking like that. I'm just gonna be the listener. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for making my numbers grow and go up and everything like that. So it's just, we just gonna wait on bro to come in and hear what he got to say. And also, I just want to thank everybody for being patient with my videos. Sometimes I can add people, sometimes I can't. But I thank everybody for tuning in to me every week and just support me. All I care about is the message. All I care about is just reaching people that really needs to be reached. So I'm just waiting on bro to come in and do his thing. If not, I just call him from the laptop like I always do so we can get this started. Yeah, so it's just be a lot of stuff going on, and it's just a scary world sometimes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't get mental health, especially our mental health. A lot of people don't take our mental health serious, and a lot of us don't either. As much as you know what I'm saying, work out and take care of your body and look good on the outside, you gotta look good for the inside too. That's important. For mind, body, and soul, that's important. And I just have great deal of respect for this man, and just the fact that he reached out to me himself and wanted to give his side, and I respect that. I respect anybody who does that. It's just not easy being open. And I appreciate everybody who come on my show and be honest and don't hold back. So, like I said, I just respect anybody who's, doing something positive. And this is positive, speaking your mind and being honest is positive. So, I'm just waiting on bro to come in. I still don't see you, man. If you here, I don't see you yet. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Before I go further on and stuff like that, I'm just grateful for God, and I'm grateful for my family, my circle, because a lot of people just don't understand what it's like to not have a support system. And it's just amazing knowing that I got all these people that support me and that can keep me going and just okay.
Okay, Big Will, that's
Yeah, my
my bad.
brother, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, hold on real quick. Let me get you on the headset. Okay, we got sound.
That's even better.
Yeah, man. Finally, I never can get this to work, man. I can never get people to join me on here, so I'm happy. So I might play some music. You know what I'm saying? If that's cool with you, bro. And and again, man, welcome to the show. I'm happy to have you here, bro. This has been a long time coming. So,
I'm
um,
uh I'm excited to be here, Big Will. Play the music. I'm on your platform, man. I'm your guest, man. Do what you do, man.
oh man, no problem, bro. Like I said, man, this has been a long time coming. I know, I talked to you like before about, what I'm saying, coming on here and just, because at first, I was just gonna have you just explain, your backstory and stuff like that. But I really, what I'm saying, I mean, you can still do that, but I mean, we here for a bigger purpose tonight. We here for a bigger mission. And I'm just grateful that you put your trust in me.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think that it's something that needs to be discussed. Mental health. I mean, I had a pretty big break in my mental health, and I feel real comfortable talking about it with you, man. You've always pretty much transparent about your battles on Facebook. So it's my turn to be brave and speak about these situations. And backstory is good, man. A lot of people that are more likely to be joined or be taking a look, afterwards. They know me from Saginaw, Michigan.
Hmm.
Born in Arkansas, Little Rock. That's where I went to the hospital. Where I drove from Dallas to Arkansas, but we'll get into that story. Anyway, stay in Dallas now, you know, and you know, um, that's a little that's the backdrop on that. Working, just normal stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. And again, man, I'm just happy that you good and you're safe. And I know, we don't really get, men to to really, tell us that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also women too, because it's just a lot of people has a misconception about what we go through, especially when you're the good dude. I mean, it's a lot more painful because it's hard being a good dude. So, I just always admire the fact that you stuck to who you are and what you know.
Yeah, I am too. Once I actually kind of looked into psychosis,
Hmm.
which that would be the medical term for the episode. Psychosis, schizophrenic episode. So looking at it now, I'm surprised too. Like I was able to hold on to who I am and not go, not stay in that reality because I would call that psychosis when you're hallucinating your voice. I would call that a different reality.
Hmm.
I mean, you're there, but it's like your mind just kind of checked out. Like I said, we're fucking tired. But your brain just like I'm tired. I'm taking a break. Like it's just shit. I need a vacation. Your brain just kind of check out on you and just leave a door open for like autopilot. I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just like autopilot. Door was open and brain had left. It's just
Yeah, bro. I understand, man. Like, just like I told you. I have been there, man. Like uh, you even begin to hallucinate sometimes, and then you crying, just uncontrollably out of nowhere, and people, just don't understand. Like you can't just hit the switch on and off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just comes
And
out of nowhere.
it's funny you saying that because leading up to the episode, which the episode just kind of it just kind of slips into your reality. Like I still don't even know exactly how far I was gone. I say about 2 weeks it lasted, but
Hmm.
I don't even know exactly when it started. That's how I just slip in. And but months leading up to it, I felt like the strong, the what I was trying. I mean, I was trying to cry for help, but it just kind of fell on deaf ears. The emotions, the anxiety way up, and me doing things to try to cope. That may not necessarily be the best thing to do, but as the show go on, we'll talk
Hmm.
about that too. You know, coping mechanisms that it's not really good for people that I would say a quick switch maybe because it's schizophrenia is pretty much genetic on both sides of my family. So I guess the switch for me has always been a little sensitive.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of people don't really check, family history, their family history and other people's family history, and that's why I'm very cautious about just having children with anybody because I need to know their family history. I need to know what I'm getting myself into, bro. Like, because that stuff is important. A lot of people don't really understand that, and I'm um, grateful that you really, breaking it down into a science for my viewers who may be unfamiliar with schizophrenia and going through a psychosis, because I know pretty much all about all of that because I suffered through that for years, and I was just able to find that light at the end of the tunnel. And when you're black and stuff like that, I think a lot of us suffer from mental um, anxiety and mental health, and we don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us seen people get killed in front of us, or get shot and stabbed, and a whole bunch of stuff, and we think that we wasn't affected by it, but we could have been affected by it, or we could have just adapted to our environment. But I
Yeah,
think a
yeah,
little bit of all of us messed up
yeah, man. That
in
creates
ways.
trauma,
Hmm.
and for me, the biggest indicator that I could always see and feel was disconnect, a strong disconnect with reality. I would try so hard to plant myself in the present moment. I would, all these techniques and just reminder videos or whatever, trying to just keep track of time as best I can. But man, I guess it was better for me not to think about things, and as I got older, that repression just kind of, I don't know, man. I know I had a strong disconnect. I would be present, but not present
Hmm.
while I'm present.
Hey, I get it. Just like I told you, my first episode um, will be at work, because usually like it happens when um, like before you snapped, like a location or a place before you snap. So I would be at work, and then I would just be just zoned out, like in my head for 4, 6 hours at a time. And people were like, "You all right? Something wrong with you? Like, why you so quiet?" And I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Man, you ain't talked in 4 hours, nigga. You all right? And I just be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And they like, oh, this nigga crazy or some shit. But I was just so gone. You know, I was just like so lost and trying to make sense of the person that I was that day or the person that I became. And, you know, sometimes it takes somebody who's on the outside looking in to inform you that you fine, but to you straight. You just kind of just want to be to
Right.
yourself. You kind of want to be withdrawn a little bit. You don't want to really be all, sociable, but it happens, man. And I just think that when it comes to us, bro, like we have it so hard because a lot of people depend on us. You know, a lot of people, you know, because I know that you a father and everything like that. And I was the man of the house, so a lot of people had to depend on me to keep the food in the refrigerator, keep the lights on. You know, my mental health wasn't like the number one urgency at the time. It was survival, and you literally just trying to survive. You know, in the midst of going through all of that, just really reflecting on like what's going on inside your head.
I know all too well. I mean, those
Mhm.
are that was just how I mean that's pretty much verbatim on how it led up to my episode. Work, home, stress, it all added up. But I mean, I thought I was fine. I was handling it okay. But when it broke, I mean, I wasn't even aware until it was me pretty much, I mean, making up a storyline in my head and going with it. Like, and it's true. Like, as delusional as it was, and I mean, it was happening. But
Mhm.
I mean, it was the hallucination. But I mean, fuck, it felt real. I saw it. I heard it. I mean, but some of this stuff just never happened. It's like, a mental snap is terrifying. Shit, it's just terrifying. I mean, like I said, we'll get into the whole experience of what I actually experienced during the psychosis, some of my hallucinations. But fuck, yo, I mean, excuse my language.
Oh, you good, man. There's no holds barred over here. You know what I'm saying? But you good. Yeah. I want to get into the happy side. I know you still like working out and stuff like that, right?
Sort of, man. When I was leaving the hospital, I kind of worked out a little bit because hell, I had lost a lot of weight, wasn't eating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's a whole storyline behind that part too. I mean, just I wasn't eating and lost a lot of weight, and just I'm still trying to recover fully mentally because there's a lot that I don't remember. There's a lot of things are still blotchy,
Yeah.
hazy. But of course I'm gonna get back to it, man. I'm gonna die with a barbell in my hand, man, some dumbbells or something, man. But I always shadow box. That's a little bit of my therapy. Thank God for Miss Tammy, Mr. Dream,
Mm-hmm.
instilling that in me, man. Because when I was going through it, I mean, I had to fight my way out of it, like for real. It ain't a place that you want to be. But the funny part about it is, I talked to certain people after I had got out, and some people could highly relate to it, like you. You know what an episode feel like. You've been there, and but and some people have triggers. Like in my case, I know I have triggers. Now, but I talk to some of these people, and they kind of like willingly go into that space. You know, and it's like a habit form, an addiction. It's like it's. So this place is not a it's not a little known place. It's just a place some people choose to go to, but it's terrifying to me. I could never purposely pull a trigger just to feel that again. It'd be terrible. I mean, Shit, I was terrified all the way to the psych ward. I mean, shit, I was scared to death.
I feel you. Um, and I can relate because, um, I told you about, how I was when I lost my brother. I couldn't even look in the mirror for months because I have his face. And it was just really painful for me. And I would like force smiles, smiles so I can like confuse people and give them like that sense of I was okay. But I was dying inside, man. I was a zombie for real. And everybody really don't understand that. And then my triggers is like when I get into an argument or somebody trying to argue with me, I think they trying to attack me. So I have to be defensive, you know what I'm saying? By like my own wall up, you know what I'm saying? And I think they be trying to attack me. But then now I'm in control of my triggers now. Cause I don't even really give people the time of day. I pretty much be like, okay. Okay is very powerful. But yeah, with me, I know exactly what you mean. Cause you don't want to be on the defensive, but you don't know, like, because the trauma and stuff like that hits you. You don't know whether if it's an attack or if it's out of love, So I feel you on that.
So let me ask you this before we jump into things more.
Hmm.
When you had your first episode after you started recovering and everything, were there changes with you? Any personality changes, behavior, sleep changes, anything that you can remember?
Oh man, where do I start? um, I think I became very assertive. I'm very aggressive now because I used to be really passive. I used to let a lot of shit slide. Um, but now I'm just very assertive. I'm very um confrontational, and because while you're going through that, you make sure that you don't want to go through that again. So you have to, be more abrasive. You have to be more warrior like in that sense because you already know once you get there, it's hard to get out. It's really like a tug of war type thing. So yes, it was a personality change, but I wouldn't say it was a bad one. But it made me strong. It made me brave. It made me courageous in a
Hold
sense.
on, man. How do you say you be wildin', man? That true, Big Will? Oh,
Yeah, I'm
shit.
wild. Yeah, I'm wilding, man. I'll be wilding, bro. I just don't care. I just really compared to who I used to be. Um, I'm grateful because change is good. Change is necessary, man. And it was going to happen whether if I wanted it or not. And
True, I
that's
see. I looked into it and they said, you got that switch, it don't never go away either.
no. But I would say that once you know yourself, you can control yourself. Once you know, you pretty much learning yourself all over again.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people doesn't have the ability to do. Is learn themselves again. Because everybody is afraid to evolve. And like I said, it's just certain things that you ask for and some things that you don't ask for. But you know, it's here now, so you might as well embrace it. You know, it's a beautiful flaw. If that makes sense to you.
Everybody keeps saying that.
Hmm. But yeah, man, it's nothing to be ashamed about, bro. You know, like I said, you have always, you know, been different. You know, and that's how we clicked, and that's how we connected. Because you was always giving me advice. You know, just telling me that just keep going, little bro, man. You almost there and stuff like that. And here's my turn to reciprocate that, man. You keep going. You know, this is not the last chapter of Mike, man. And you know, you have survived something a lot of people don't survive. And it just from the story that you told me, you know, where we gonna get, further later on, but just think that it could have went left real quick, just like it's
Oh
going
yeah.
left for a lot of us young black men, dog. It's going left really quickly before it go
And
right.
I'd have to give a shout out to the officers that were involved during some of those moments.
Hmm.
This last 2 weeks, so I got several stories, but one of them in particular, man, I got to give them guys credit. I'm surprised they didn't shoot the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, because I gave them every reason to, man. I was gone. Um, but I'm not thinking they're real in my mind. They're trying to kill me, so I'm gonna smear them, and that's where I was at. And they did not. I mean, they handled themselves very well. I mean, you look at the videos, I mean, that wasn't me though. They turned out good. They really protected him, served, and were so very understanding. It's like
Hmm.
they knew right out the rip. He's not a threat. He needs help. At that moment, I mean, I was a threat because I mean, clearly I was looking at them as an enemy, but they didn't see me as an enemy. So right,
Yeah.
I appreciate the officers for those.
Yeah, me too, man, because I would have been very devastated, bro. You know, because um, you're a good dude, and it just, you have certain officers, man, that just don't take the time out to actually do their job. They just rather get it over with type shit, and what's left, you know, there's not enough people who can say that they experienced something like that. It's here to talk about it now. So you blessed,
Yeah, I
man.
see. I know a lot of people who went off, and I would have never thought it'd have been me too, but they never came back. We got guys out there. Now we grew up with. I mean, shit, their mind checked out and never checked back in.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I called on Jesus. You know, for me it was ancestors and spirituality. And I still have a pretty broad understanding of that sort of thing. But when I was going through it, Jesus' name saved me. I just kept saying, Jesus, my Lord, say Jesus, my Savior, and I continued that for hours until my mama eventually was able to pull me out of it.
Yeah. Shout out to Mom Dukes, man. Like, oh man, it's just a blessing to still have your mother. Like, I think about that every day, and I just tell people, like, that's the only lady that's gonna ever have your back. Like, even with me and my mom, like, we have our disagreements because we are a lot alike, But my mom's, man, has been there for me through thick and thin, and all I thought about was her when I was going through my situation, and I'm grateful that um, she was there for you, cause oof.
Now she was the only one I was gonna even trust to touch me. As far as I was concerned, everybody was demons and not even real. I was in hell, so this isn't real. So if you touch me, then I'm already dead. It's my life or yours. You trying to take me somewhere I don't want to go. So I mean, as far as I was concerned, nobody else had a chance. I mean, I was gonna shit. Who's gonna put up with somebody they don't understand why they trying to get why I'm after them? You know, that'd be
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Somebody come after you because in their mind they put in their head that you're out to get them. You'd be forced to defend yourself. So, thank God that she was able to. They let her touch me first instead of somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at that point in my mind. It was my life or theirs, my life or yours. And even though that wasn't the case, my mind had it in my mind. That's what it is. That's what it was. And I was hearing what I was hearing, as far as I was concerned, everybody was talking about me like a dog. All my weaknesses was on full display. All my insecurities was on full display. Everybody knew them. Everybody was talking about it. It was on everybody's phone. Everybody was TikToking it, making challenges and stuff. But this is in my mind. This is the hallucinations. This is the things. I mean, I saw them on the phone, heard them through the car, heard them through other people's phone. I'm hearing the voices, through whatever wiretaps I thought I heard or had going on, or surveillances and all this craziness. I mean, it's a wild trip, man. It's a wild trip. When I was going through it, it felt so real. I mean, I know I heard the voices. And this is being said, and the great majority of it never happened. Me
Mm-hmm.
making it from Dallas to Arkansas, that happened. 2-day voyage. As far as I was concerned, it was a high pursuit for me. I mean, my mom had completely checked out, and I don't exactly know when it happened. That's how slick it. That's how unaware. Because this is my now. If it happened again, I would be more aware of this. I mean, with the first time, nothing could prepare me for that slip into that alternate reality. I had slipped into some different version of life. My mind had checked out and autopilot checked in, but I'm still here. My mind somewhere else. I don't know. It said, "Fuck you. We're tired of what you're doing." Pretty much, the trigger. I would say they got tired of being triggered. Me, and I was in control of that. So it just like checked out on me, like, fuck you. We're going on vacation to you. Can you appreciate us? My mind just checked out. Said we're taking 2 weeks off, motherfucker.
Man, it's crazy that you said that because you think that that happened because you've been strong for too long.
Well, in a sense, in some regard, yeah, in some regard.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
you say,
man.
survival mode. Being in survival mode, always feeling like you gotta survive. You can't live like you want to live, and feeling like that little sense of control sometimes. And even though I've learned to control my emotions to a great deal, shit, my mind still snap, man. Even still, even after realizing that I'm only in control of me and I can't control things around me, still snap somehow. The brain
Hmm.
just took a break. But
Yeah.
then again, to keep it real, you know, I had an affinity for ecstasy pills. I like taking ecstasy.
Hmm.
And I would do this pretty much, 2, 3 times out the week on average. Um, big coping mechanism, I would say, but no excuse. I mean, I had an affinity for them. I liked them, but that keep me up for days at a time, 2, 3 days. Sometimes my brain just tired. I wanted to stop doing them, but I liked it. I liked it what they did too much. allowed me to escape
Mm-hmm.
in my mind and hold my attention to one thing, two things, or whatever, for hours and hours. Didn't have to be distracted. Didn't have to care about what the world had going on. It did a good job keeping me locked in my mind, and that's exactly where I like. But it just it had very adverse effects in terms of shit, how my neurons was firing off in my brain, man. And I would know I would get tired because I would get, just, even when you're tired, you're like tired of doing this, but my body at that point, I guess kind of used to them, just used to the escape, kind of look forward to it like a cigarette or
Mm-hmm.
something. And on this particular day, yeah, I was binging pretty hard, but I think I had slipped into the psychosis even before then, just from the daily usage as opposed to the binging part. You know, little situation happened, kind of got in my feelings a little bit, relationship wise. Kind of overdid some things, overthought some things, over investigated things,
Mm-hmm.
and before you know it, man, I slipped knee deep into another world, and I thought I was discovering things that were, uh, I'm thinking I'm discovering things. I'm trying to show people like, hey, look, I ain't lying. This is going on. But by then, the hallucination started. Hell, I don't know when reality ended and the hallucinations began. I still had to piece things together as I got out. But that day, man, I should have called the police on myself this day. I called the police and I swore up and down that a, a video used my exact words, and they made a viral video out of it. And I wanted to know who the fuck the producer was, and I wanted my cut because they had surveillance on me, listening to my conversation. And they picked up a clip and they used it for a viral video. So I called the police on myself. I had them come out here and try to investigate it. I thought one of my family members was staying at my old house, my old apartment, and after I had already moved out, they had like a goddamn drug sex orgy type of deal going on here. I mean, they used that, you know, when I would be at work, they would be using my apartment to have like sex capades, drug, drug. This is in my mind though, this is what I'm seeing all in, from my investigations, or what I'm trying to put together. So I called my family member, man. I'm like, hey man, you owe me this and you owe me that. This all in the same day. This is just the first day of the psychosis that I can readily remember. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you owe me this and you owe me that. You made this video and I want my money. And he just like, man, this dude tripping. He hung up the phone. So since I'm thinking he's in my apartment this day, he's down here to see my wife, I goes drive all the way to the other side of town, thinking that people are following me now to the other side of town because they don't want me to expose the secret.
Mm-hmm.
I finally get to the other side of town, and the manager of the apartment complex was like, the look of her face, I never forget. She was like so perplexed when I come in there talking about. I think that somebody's in my old apartment and they're using it as a, I don't know, but let me show you the video. Before I could show her the video, she's like, wait. We moved all that stuff out the same day that you left, the next day that you left, and I'm adamant about what I had saw on Facebook, so I need to show her so she'd know that they're using the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, there's just no way. She didn't even have to look at the video. She was like, there's just no way. There's no way. And I eventually left. They definitely called the police on my ass, but I was already gone. But my next step, because I'm noticing that people following me and shit, man. They done followed. They done went, hurry up and went to the apartment complex and moved everything out. And I'm thinking that, okay, well, the reason the manager was so hush hush about it because she's with it too. So I'm like, oh fuck, this shit is deep. I can't trust nobody. I drive to the police station now because I'm like, okay, well, shit, my life's in danger. This shit is heavy level. Let me go to the police station. So I get to the police station. Oh man, shit got real crazy. I was had to been like full fledged over the hills just into the whole psychosis. Because I go to the police station, I never go in. I'm just kind of walking around the parking lot back and forth. The police study asking me, "Are you okay? You need help?" All this kind of stuff. I saw my bed, one of my old bed box springs, being put in a truck by a police officer, and I saw one of the guys talking to one of the guys I thought was following me. So I'm like, "Oh shit, they all in it together." And I'm thinking the police was in it, man, and I'm thinking, what I had saw in terms of the videos that I would be seeing, that they could be doctored up and they can be like a Photoshop, but we're talking about actual videos. So I'm thinking like, fuck, the government want to give me because I found out that you can Photoshop these videos like CGI type deal and use like even though I could be looking at you, it could be like a residual self image, like in the Matrix,
Yeah.
You know how they use Photoshop, to change up your filter.
Yeah,
Whatever, man.
CGI and stuff.
Yeah. In
Hmm.
my mind, the people around me was using this shit while they was doing their porn stuff, so they could change things
Hmm.
on the video so it won't look exactly like the house. Them won't look exactly like them, but it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy. So yeah, that's just, I mean, because it was crazy. It sounds
Yeah.
crazy because it was. So
Uh-huh.
me trying to tell this to people, I mean, I could just imagine how it sounded, how it sounded. And I eventually left the police station after about 8 hours of deliberation, self-deliberation, and talking to my mom and trying to convince other people over the phone. And the majority of them just bust out and said, "Are you crazy? Are you taking drugs?" And I'm thinking that I'm telling them to call the FBI, call the CIA. No, don't call the police because the police they're involved. Don't call them. Everybody with it. Don't call
Hmm.
them. And my mama, she just kept telling me to pray. She's like, "Son, give it to Jesus. You gotta pray. You gotta pray." I'm like, "Mama, F that. That's crazy. They're trying to get me and kill me. You talking about pray?" Yeah, I thought that was the stupidest thing she could have said, though. I ain't gonna lie. And
Hmm.
I eventually left there, and I just kind of rode around Dallas on the south side, and I just dealing with what I consider gang stalk. I was being pursued by 30, 40 of the same vehicle. They'll switch out vehicles and was trying to intimidate me. They wasn't trying to kill me, just trying to intimidate me. So I
Hmm.
started getting a little prideful then. I'm like, oh, they're not trying to hurt me. They just want to intimidate me and scare me. I'm not scared. Oh, hold on. My bad. I should have muted my calls and everything and all that good stuff. But
Oh, you good, G?
what
You
what
good?
uh where was I in the story?
You about that you wasn't afraid?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh okay, they're just an intimidation thing.
Hmm.
But as the day went by, we gonna watch the show and see how he interrupted the whole show. Yeah,
Yeah.
but after a day, I started getting wore down though with it. I'm like, fuck, this not gonna never stop. Y'all not gonna ever stop. With the constant driving around, trying to intimidate me like a bunch of KKK Klan members. And I'm thinking that all this is going down because my wife has done called these people on me, and she done put out a hit. So I basically made her the star characters, the star villain, the main villain
Mm-hmm.
in this storyline. She was the reason why I was being pursued by 30, 40 individuals, relentlessly stalking me like they don't have nothing else to do. And I eventually tried to leave Dallas, I guess, man, and ended up at gas stations. I didn't have no money or nothing this day. I hadn't got paid. I was broke. So I'm thinking I gotta leave. I can't go home because I'm thinking my wife gonna harm me and hurt me and kill me. I'm hearing her say this. I'm seeing text messages that don't even exist, but they existed then in my head. I would say, but I look
Mm-hmm.
at my phone, back on my phone, none of that stuff was never said, never texted. I just knew it happened, but it didn't. But yeah, man, I thought she wanted to put me in a cold box. That was what I could have swore she was saying, but no. Anyway, man, so I couldn't go home, as far as
Mm-hmm.
I know. And she had 40, 30 people. Y'all ain't gonna let it go. So I called myself trying to make it to Arkansas, man. And I drove all the miles, 2 days. It took me 2 days, not a lot of miles, number 5 hours. I kept stopping at gas stations and stuff like that, and I'm making rants because I'm thinking they can hear me on my speaker. I'm thinking they can hear me in their car because I'm talking to my speaker, so they got everything tapped anyway, or the phones are tapped. And shit, man, hell, as far as I was concerned, my clothes is tapped too. And it's crazy because it's not something that I've ever really just thought about, like being on the constant surveillance and all this crazy. I'm talking about. So when I'm telling you, I snap. I don't know what the fuck. And like my worst fear about this whole thing was going to the damn, what you call it, a sex ring. They was gonna sex traffic me. I was gonna end up in Dubai on somebody's donkey or some shit, man. That was my fear. But that was before I realized I was dead. Shit. The reality I realized I was in hell. That must have been hell. Was the thing to it, because it was like a loop of torture. You know what I'm saying? It was like a loop of torture. I'd rather, throw the fire on me. Shit, don't shit. Fuck the torture. It was like torture. But anyway, when it took me 2 days. So I went through psychosis just at gas stations, just talking crazy to people, thinking they were gang stalkers. Like, hey, happy gang stalking day. Me trying to puff myself. Like, I'm not scared of you motherfuckers, but these people had nothing to do with nothing. I know that they probably think about me to this day, like, man, that guy was really tripping. But I finally made it to Arkansas, man, and I meets up with my dad because I was talking to him, and he understood the space I was in. He was really supportive. He didn't deem me as crazy. He really, you know, he understood that walk of life. And we talked, and I said, I'll go over there with you. I'm supposed to be going to my mom's, though. They don't stay too far from each other, but I'll go over there to my pop's house, man, and I just wigged out again. I don't know, shit. Took me a nap, and I just woke up, wigged out. And I'm not going to get too much of the story, but I wigged out, and I'm just like, okay, so he's out to get me too. He's part of the ordeal. This is outrageous. I just kind of went out into the street, man, and I threw my phone down. I got rid of it. I threw my glasses down. These are my backup glasses here, man. These are my old frames. I
Mm-hmm.
threw, I must, because the first thing I wake up do is when I wake up is look for my damn glasses.
All
The
right, me
first
too.
thing I do. So I was tripping.
Yeah.
Man, I threw them some bitches down. I'm like, man, fuck these glasses. I ripped my little jewelry off, man. Ripped it off. Threw my phone, my watches off, and I just started walking like, come and get me, motherfuckers. I'm like, fuck it. I'm saying? I'm tired of running. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And then the voices in my head got really strong. I mean, it was like they were yelling at me to, to be honest, that, the voices was really strong. They wanted me to kill myself. They kept urging me to kill myself. And I'm just like, hell, I even considered it at one point. Cause I'm like, fuck, this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? What is going on? At this point, I mean, shit started appearing. I mean, it's like some type of simulation I was in or something. Shit started appearing like when I would think about it, and I'm seeing graffiti on the ground that wasn't fucking there, but I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was like doomsday had went down or something. It's like doomsday, some shit, man. And I just kept walking. I'm just like, fuck, I'm terrified at this point now because I'm like really seeing shit, and I know I'm seeing shit. Like shit is really like appearing, like with just me thinking about it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is fucked up shit. So I'm walking up and down. I'm walking because I want to go to my mom's house, but I don't want to go in that state. And I'm just thinking like, okay, Lord, what did I do wrong to get here? So I'm just like, okay, I must be in hell. Like, how is everybody after me? And I even tried to walk out in traffic a few times. That didn't work either. I'm like, fuck, everybody keep moving out the way. Like, no, this can't be right. This don't seem like murder, like they trying to kill me. What the fuck is going on? I mean, but the intimidation tactics seem like they just got stronger and stronger. It was showing me. It was a crew out there chopping down trees. I'm sure they wasn't even thinking about me, but I'm thinking like they're trying to really intimidate me, like they're gonna chop my body up. And there's another work crew that was working on the street, doing concrete and all that stuff. I'm thinking they gonna me with the concrete and all kind of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them like they trying to get me. I'm like, oh Lord, I just started walking around and kind of back and forth because in my mind, you know what I'm saying, they was, they trying to finish me. And I'm in hell. This can't be real. This can't be right. Like I'm thinking about like, okay, if my wife is the author of all of this madness, how in the fuck do she got all this power? I'm like, I get it. I got it. I'm in hell. I know what it is. This is hell. I mean, I was fully convinced of that. I'm like, okay, fuck, I am in hell. This is maybe only fucking, this was the, I don't know, fourth, fifth day of the psychosis. Fourth, fifth day maybe. By the time I realized, okay, this reality that I'm slipped into is not, I'm not in the right reality. I mean, that's the way I looked at it, but I didn't realize my mind had checked out, like I had a mental break. I didn't know that's what it was. As far as I know, I realized I wasn't in the right reality because people were doing things and what I'm seeing, but that wasn't really happening. But I know in this reality, this was going on. And it's a strange phenomenon, but eventually, man, a couple of my family members, they saw me walking up and down the street. They tried to say what's up and stop me. They realized I wasn't stopping. I just kept saying, Lord Jesus, my Savior. And but they eventually, contacted my moms and everything. And, my uncle ended up, kind of grabbing me because I wasn't stopping nobody. Shit, y'all, I'm just gonna walk myself to my death because I ain't killing myself, and I ain't gonna take nobody else out, and I for damn sure ain't finna stop for none of you demons. Like I'm just gonna walk myself to my death. That's my mindset. Because I'm like, fuck, I'm already in hell anyway, so I need to wake up first. Maybe I'm in a coma or something. I mean, I started thinking like that, like maybe I'm in a coma, and if I have to die in this reality so I can wake up. And I strongly believe that to the point where I was just like, fuck it, I'm not killing myself and I'm not harming nobody else. I'm just finna die in this reality. Maybe I wake back up from the coma. And my mama ended up, once my uncle and them grabbed me, and the police, I never forget the look on his face either, man, oh man. Anyway, my mama, she grabbed me, she grabbed me by my hands like this, cause I was like this. My mama grabbed me by my face and my head, and she just started praying with me. And I eventually just kind of, calmed down somewhat. Cause my heart was beating real fast. I was sweating real bad. I was terrified. I was I mean, I was just stuck like that. I had been doing it for hours now. I was terrified of the world I was in. I'm like, I don't even want to look. at these demons. This is not real. And she got me to calm down. The officer looked at me. He said, he's gonna need an ambulance. And I never forget the look on his face. He just had that look on his face like, man, he don't need me. He need an ambulance. Shit, they called the ambulance. They come pick me up, strap me down, and I was hallucinating so hard. In my mind, my mama done gave me up to the sex traffickers. Like I'm going to the dungeon. Like, yeah, mama, you done gave me up. So I'm just praying like it was then, and all I could hear, because I was still hallucinating and hearing the voices, was the EMTs talking about me. Like, they knew all my secrets, they knew all of my insecurity, they knew all, like, just like the other demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know this ain't right, because they still talking about me, they still know. And I'm sure if they had a chance to defend themselves, they would say that they never said any of those things. I know that now. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But that lasted for, man, a whole day. The voices was real strong, and they kept, poking at insecurities and and stuff like that. It took for me to just say, well, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Tell it all. I don't care who knows. I had to, come to terms with these demons that was trying to, poke fun at, little insecurities and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my mind, in this story, like I had to get over like a lot of insecurities too, because the demons were, with their voices were poking fun at it, like, like they knew everything. Your life was an open book to everybody, and everybody was talking about you. And that's and it's amazing that you can be in that world and that's your reality, but that's not, what I'm saying, the collective reality. That's a strange phenomenon.
Yeah, my question is, do you feel like you was possessed at that moment?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, my brain checked out, man. That shit, my brain went on vacation and something else walked in. It was like, oh shit, this the door wide open and ain't nobody in here. Hell yeah. Gave me a whole storyline and everything. I had villains and some more shit.
And it's crazy, bro, because I read something long ago is that demons go after empaths the most than the people who already does the dirty work, but they go after the people like us, the people who high vibrational and can feel and can coincide with just nature and everything like that, and and also very spiritual. They come after people like us because we are um, very defiant, and I learned that too. And a lot of people don't really believe that stuff, or they underestimate and think they're strong. Oh, I'm tough. I'm this. I'm that. I can't be corrupted, or I can't be possessed. But never say never, man. That's what
Yeah. I think that level, that line of thinking is it is it's scary for me to think about somebody having to go through something like that without having the proper foundation and something to
Mm-hmm.
really lean on, because I guarantee you people think that they're ready for that alternate reality. When your brain check out, I guarantee you that they are not, because this is real. This is real hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see why some people never make it out of that shit, because how can you be the same after seeing that,
All right.
and hearing these things that, still, even though I'm back with the collective reality, there's still a reality that I remember that never happened in the collective reality, but it happened in my reality.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrifying for people. There's no being the same after that. Because then I would always have to be paranoid and asking myself, is this real or am I seeing things or am I hearing things? Or do I have delusion? It's always that word in the back of my mind about a trigger or just afraid of having an episode.
Yeah, and me too, man. And I think that's why, like, I kind of push people away who get close to me because I'm afraid of going through that. And then once you make it out of something by yourself, you really realize that, you know, if if the love was so real, why you let me go through that by myself? Type thing. I had to go through that by myself, and it wasn't like I wanted to become an alcoholic. It wasn't. I wanted to be a male chauvinist pig and this and that. But a lot of people left me by myself and abandoned me, man. And a part of me just would never forget that. And I'm grateful that I didn't give up. I kept fighting. But where I'm at right now, forgiveness is kind of tough for me because, how could you just abandon somebody you love? And I had a lot of people tell me they loved me and they abandoned me and they get mad about the person I became or I have become. But hey, I don't need you after you showed me that you never cared in the first place. But these be the main people that will, like, if something happened to you, if you perished or if you died, they'll be the main ones crying wolf, man. And I'm just like, don't use my own demise for clout. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. Like, we have such a bad stigma amongst our people with that, and I wish people would stop that because that shit lame.
Yeah, my a lot of my past relationship issues stemmed from from this very break right here. That I mean, it pretty much is breaking for quite a while, and I would try to tell people though, but it fell on deaf ears, and like I said, you get abandoned,
Mhm.
and I mean, fuck, I didn't have nowhere to go to, even the doctors wasn't even trying to, what I'm saying, hear me out, y'all give white person, well, I'm not trying to, I don't, mine fell on deaf ears. It didn't like I did not try to explain these things
Mhm.
to people, the doctor. Let them tell you, you're all right. You're just, under stress. I mean, I know that. I'm telling y'all that, but some of these feelings I can't control, and I know they're irrational. I know they're irrational. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, they're there, and I can't stop them from being there. They're just, oh, well, let me just try to fight through this. You know what I'm saying? Like I do everything else. I'm talking about you slip right into the psychosis. I mean, it don't give you a warning. I mean, people outside can see it and they see you tripping or whatever.
Mhm.
But you slip right into a psychosis. I mean, you just slip right into. I mean, before you know it, shoot you all alternate reality, man. I don't know. That shit is trippy, man, and it's scary once you. Cause once you get towards the end of your episode, man, the voices become really strong. The hallucinations become really, really strong. I don't see how people willingly just go to that realm. That is beyond me, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
that. You might as well be taking a seat with Satan, saying, you know what, I'm gonna take a seat with you at the table with Satan tonight, or for 2, 3 nights, whatever, however long they be in this world. And you see some of them, they look like zombies. They look like zombies when they on drugs. They look like zombies
Mhm.
because a lot of them in their mind they go to this realm and they come out and they kind of shake back when they're sobering up and all that. That's why they look like that. They look like dead people walking. Cause they've been in that place and they love it. That's if I'd have known this place ever existed, I'd have never done some of the things you know what I'm saying, I do. I'd have never done it. You know, if I'd have known this place existed, if I'd have known hell was so close, shit, man, I'd have been giving praise to God, Jesus, whoever I need, you know what I'm saying, is gonna save me from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Forget whoever's gonna save me from it. Because at the end of the day, I mean, the ancestors, they couldn't help me. Spirituality, it didn't help me. I called on all of them. That didn't work. As soon as I said Jesus' name, I don't know what it is about the name. I just know what worked for me. I finally just said, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, man, I started confessing all my sins, every sin I thought was a sin and whatever. Shoot, man. And the intimidation tactics would slow down, and then, you know, they will try to get us, you know, a little power back, try to make things a little stronger, make the voices come on a little stronger. But I mean, I stayed in that shit for hours and hours and hours. And my mama got me out of that. She got me out of it, man. She come grab me by my face, like she was the demon slayer or something. She came grab me by my face, and she started praying with me, man. And I stayed like this the whole time, man. I'm talking about I was scared, straight, petrified. I mean, as far as I was concerned, I was in hell, and this ain't real. This ain't real. I done died somewhere down the line. I mean, I literally spent like maybe 2 hours walking before, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, I mean, I walked all together up and down the street, I don't know, 5, 6 hours before somebody come and got me. But at 2 of them hours, I'm starting to think about like, damn, where did I die? Did I die? When did I die? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I mean, shit. I'm thinking long and hard about shit. How did I die? I must be in a coma. I mean, you should have saw me really trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I'm like, this is crazy. It's a reality that's there's a scary reality out there, man, and I think it goes on in continuous loops. I'd hate to be stuck in some shit like that. People just need to, keep God close, or whoever, they feel like a save them. I ain't trying to be, what I mean? I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do, whatever works for them, but keep something close, because you can't save yourself when you're in a certain place.
Yeah.
Can't, so you have to have something to somebody, I think.
I can attest to that, because when I was going through that, it was my mentor who just put his hand on my shoulder, and he had told me, he was like, if you don't get yourself together, this will be the last chapter of your life, and you won't want this to be the last thing people remember you for. So you have to turn this around. And that was in the month of November 2020. And then the next month, my god brother pretty much told me, Will, I believe in you. Start your show. You're going to help so many people. And then that's when I snapped out of that. And I haven't went back since.
That's a beautiful thing, because this episode right here for me, man, is it's like my therapy, giving me a chance to, I hadn't saw a doctor since I've been out of that thing. I know, don't nobody be afraid. I'm okay. But this is like my therapy session. And I feel like I've actually went to it there, and I feel good. I feel like I can breathe.
Thank you, man. That really makes me happy, man, because I really wanted to help you, just get your story out, and just, warn people who haven't pretty much had gotten to know themselves yet. So you really have given a lot of input, and I'm really proud of you, man. And whatever you're doing now, just stay consistent. Cause I don't want anything to happen to my big bro over there. Cause
Listen, my bad, man. I forgot. I don't know who the officers are, but whatever 3, 4 of you jokers that tackled me, I called myself when I first went to the psych ward. I tried to run and escape. I tried to leave. I'm like, they trying to get me anyway. 3, 4 of them, end up putting me down, and I'm really struggling trying to get to that door. I wasn't trying to throw punches or nothing, but I was just trying to, wrestling with them, and anyway, I'm reaching for guns. I end up, eventually grabbing the dispatcher thing. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do, radio for help, but I thought I had something. I'm really pushing the button, and they handled it very well, man. Choked me out, beat me up a little bit, but they didn't shoot me, man. You know what I'm saying? These cops did their job. Man, shouts out to the cops, man, and for the viewers out there, the ones that watch it, man, you gotta pay attention to your friends, your families, what they're saying, and their behavior, and don't write them off as crazy. Talk to them, try to be supportive, and for God's sake, don't be combative with them, because yes, you do tend to quickly look at somebody as an enemy.
Yeah.
Just because if they break, it's not an easy state to get out of, and it's not an easy state to deal with. Trust me, I promise you. Like, probably won't see nothing more terrifying than the psychosis episode. So try to understand your friends and your family. Listen to them. Be supportive, because this mental health thing is it's pretty serious. I mean,
Yeah.
your
Very
mind,
serious.
yeah, your mind can snap, and it's actually pretty dangerous. So that's all I'm gonna say about that, Big Will. And I appreciate the therapy session, man. It makes me feel really good to talk about it, and I'm still recovering, man, because when they was wrestling with me, man, and put me down, they gave me some shot, and it's definitely still been working as altering how I sleep and my behavior. It's like the door, like I said, when you said, do you think I was possessed? Yes, and there's still something kind of there, but whatever shot it is, it's kind of like has taken the seat with me to make sure that the other that door, that switch stays off. I don't really like having a co-controller or a co-pilot,
Yeah.
but I could definitely tell that it keeps the switch under control.
Yeah.
But it alters my behavior too, though. It makes me very agitated, makes me irritated fast, and makes me very aggressive, makes me very serious. Just I don't know, the life is different now, man. I see things different. I feel different. The episode it did something. I don't know, but I guess we'll see as days go by.
Man, no problem, bro. Like I said, man, I'm gonna be hitting you up and seeing you good. And anytime you need to talk, man, you know how to find me. So,
Yes, sir.
but yeah, man, God isn't finished with you yet, and so I'm here for you, man. Anytime, bro. You want to call or just talk, just on a personal level, I got you. You know I'm solid, so I got you,
Yeah,
man.
and I didn't know you understood this matter as deeply as you do. So I
Oh
appreciate
hell
that.
yeah, bro. Shit, man, I did a 7-year bid. So
Wow, get the fuck out of here.
I did, man, 20 from the time I was 27 to
What?
33. Yeah, bro. Shoot, a lot of people,
And
a
you made
lot.
it here to talk about it like this, man. And this you now? This you? Wow, that's
Yeah.
man, 7 years, nigga. I had a hard time with 5 days. What? What?
Hey man, shoot, now you got something to look forward to, bro. Now you got some inspiration, man. Cause You seeing it right here. I had to go through that to get to this, and I don't regret it one bit.
That's you strong dude, bro. I mean, that's remarkable.
Man, thank you, man. Like I said, bro, we all we all have war stories, man, and a lot of niggas don't, but us, we got war stories. So I show mine and I tell mine, you know, and at the end of the day, bro, we have
But
to.
a person that had to go through it really, not everybody, but most people had to go through it to really understand. That's just
Right,
sad truth.
right. And this episode, man, is really gonna help a lot of people, man. You touched somebody tonight, man, and like I said, man, like keep on doing what you're doing. I'm gonna make sure I keep in contact with you, and I'm always here for you, man. You're not by yourself.
I see that, man, and I like that, man. I appreciate that, Big Will, man. I look forward to kicking it with you, man, in the future, bro.
Likewise, man.
All right, Chief.
All right, bro. You be easy, man, and have a good night.
Hey, I will too, man. Man, appreciate you for having me on, Big Will.
Anytime, man. Just let me know when you want to come back. Give us an update.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, bro. Be easy.
Yes, sir.
Peace.